Let the meltdown begin. MMA Meltdown on the Fight Network. I am Gabriel Morency. Let's do this thing, a big man style, as we're breaking it down in the heavyweight division this evening on MMA Meltdown. Shawn Jordan will join us, coming off a spectacular KO victory a couple of weeks ago over Derek Lewis, a fight that I actually gave you as one of my best bets of the night on the preview show. And pardon me, wait, do I hear somebody behind me? Oh, that's Barry Horowitz. What's up, Barry? Spectacular run we've been on these preview shows. 3-0 last week. Let's keep it rolling. Joey Odessa, the premier odds maker in the business, will crunch some numbers for us. And with everything that's going on in the world of MMA this week, I know it's easy to forget that there's actually it's a UFC card this week. There's another Bellator card, but who cares, man? It ain't Kimbo and it ain't Shamrock, so it ain't going to be the freak show, the entertaining fight that was. But there's a hell of a fight, man. We got Machida and we got Romero throwing it down. And I was thinking, didn't Machida just fight like 2 weeks ago? Well, no, it wasn't 2 weeks ago, but only 70 days in between fights for a 37-year-old man. Pretty quick turnaround, taking on Romero, a real badass, silver medalist in the Olympics, finished 4th place in another Olympic Games. This guy's he's destroying people right now, and I think Yoel Romero's stock is trending upwards, just as the man that joins us right now, riding a 3-fight win streak. We welcome former LSU Tiger, multiple national champion, and red-hot UFC heavyweight right now, Shawn Jordan. Shawn, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Not much. Just hanging out at the house.
You know, so, hey, man, congratulations on the win. And, you know, Shawn, I'm a betting man. I often bet on props. How is the fight going to end? But unfortunately, they usually only have that for the main event. But I'm going to tell you, you winning by hook kick would have paid a hell of a lot of money, man. Nobody saw that coming, including Lewis.
You're right. It was I train a lot of different kicks, a lot of different stuff, a lot of different techniques in training. But for some reason, when I go in there and I fight, I end up boxing a lot more than I do anything else. And I think it's like I kind of depend on my speed a lot. So I can't run around with, 1 foot on the ground. But no, I mean, it was kind of a great time kick. And, something, one of those things you probably throw 100 times, it only land maybe 5. But it landed that night, so it was good.
You know, it's almost the comfort zone, isn't it? Because as you stated, you've done it in camp before. You've done it in practice before. And you're a hell of a lot more athletic than I think people give you credit for. You know, I think some MMA guys follow football a little bit. So they, and they think they know you because, he played at, he played at LSU. You're a 2-time Texas State wrestling champion, starting center on the basketball team. And I tell you what, man, you're under 6 feet, but I'll tell you, you're on my team in the paint, man, especially with the pussies in the NBA now. You're on my team. I think you're going to get the rebound. You know, like, you've done backflips and stuff. Does it sort of piss you off that, probably you think that some people think you're just like a UFC heavyweight slug type guy and not an all-around stud athlete?
I mean, that doesn't piss me off. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I don't look like some of these big, like a Todd Duffy, who is just looks like an animal, But I'm a little, shorter, a little stockier. But I plan on getting jumping back down a little bit. These last few fights, I'm fighting bigger guys. The coach kind of wanted me to get heavier. But yeah, I mean, like I think I remember an interview one time. I'm kind of a pouchy physique, but then I can do a lot of different stuff that no one expects me to do. So I started dunking a basketball when I was like 10. So
I love that, a little pouchy, pouchy physique. Listen, it seems like in the MMA world, when a guy loses one fight, the bandwagon empties. Man, maybe not as many friends are calling you anymore. Suddenly even your dog's not as nice to you anymore. You lose 2 fights, everybody loses your number, man. And, we're all guilty of it, man. As a betting man sometimes, I swear to God, I held it against Cerrone. Cerrone's won like 18 fights in a row or something. And I swear, I was like, yeah, man, but he cost me that night against Diaz. And I held a grudge for like 2 years. I couldn't get over it. And it sounds like you were even pretty hard on yourself after a couple of tough losses, huh?
Yeah, it's I mean, you said I competed for most of my life, and at high levels, highest level of most of the sports I've done. And it is. Athletes are so hard on themselves. And a lot of us are a little bit insecure about stuff because we've been doing, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, or I know, all my friends I know, we're hard on ourselves. And getting older does not help. It's harder to do things I used to do. But yeah, I was hard on myself, but especially now that I have a little girl too. So she lives with her mother, but when I'm off training, I can't see her. So I'm taking time from her. So it really, 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 really hit me hard when I lost 2 in a row. That was like just throwing time away, basically. And money, but time and money and my career. So it was real rough.
Money's a factor. And I got to tell you, Shawn, you're a hell of an athlete. You picked the worst 2 sports to play to make money. MMA and college football. Although I don't know, I don't want to get in trouble, but I think some guys make more in the SEC than they do the UFC.
I'm not going to make a comment on that, but hey, I probably agree with you somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, in other schools, man, in other schools. You know what I'm saying? Like Alabama and stuff.
Our actual scholarships are probably more than what they pay us at the UCF time. So, unless you talk your paycheck up, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So, so you made why did you make the camp change? And has that helped a lot? And not to disparage, what you learned in New Mexico, but sometimes fighters need a fresh approach. They need a new voice. They need some new training partners. How important was that to you?
Yes and no. Originally, I went up to Top Team because they have Steve Mocco, who is a phenomenal Olympic, ex-Olympic wrestler. And I was fighting Mike Russo, I believe, who was kind of a grinding, gritty wrestler also at the time. He was number 9 when I fought him. I just lost to Verdum. I just lost to my dance competition with Chicago. But so I went up there to go train with Steve, and kind of just stuck. They have a lot of tons of heavyweights that have different looks and stuff. Where sometimes the Jacksons they were a little shallow at the heavies. However, it's not saying anything about the coaching. Coach Wiggle John and Coach Greg are still 2 of my favorite coaches, and I love them to death.
So
they're so good at what they do, and
now that you're riding
Coach Wiggle John's the reason that got me standing up boxing as much.
Now that you're riding the 3-fight win streak, your confidence, like you said, you're throwing hook kicks. You're more comfortable right now. Everything's flowing a little bit. And it's funny because you can't win in the MMA world, man. It's with the keyboard warriors. I want to get your take on that, whether you read online and stuff, because, you say respectfully, I wouldn't mind fighting a guy like a Frank Mir or maybe a Nogueira, or I know Struve is fighting, and people right away, big of him. How come he's not calling out Verdum or he's not calling out Kane? And then if you say I want to fight Verdum or Kane, people are going to be like, oh, who the hell does he think he is calling out the champion right now? It's amazing. You can't win with MMA fans, Shawn, online.
No, it's not. It's tough. But you have to understand, too, they've never done it. They don't know what that stuff's doing, anything about that stuff. They're just in to watch it, They don't understand the whole game. They're still, like that term keyboard warrior is very fitting. They just don't get it. I appreciate my thank him for his support, but it's just not that easy. This sport's hard to get up. And if I were to come out and call out Verdum and Kane, what good would that do? Obviously, I would love to fight either one of them because they're the best right now. And I'll make more money doing that. But I think I'm not gonna by me calling them out, I'm not getting that fight. You gotta build your way, earn your way up there.
How far away do you think you are right now from being considered a top contender? It's hard to get any leeway or traction going in the heavyweight division because all you guys are badasses, man. Anyone can knock anybody out at any time. Not a lot of guys put the 3-fight win streaks together. You put together the 4 and then the 5, and then people really start paying attention. Do you feel like you're really coming into your own right now? Because you're 30 years old, but you're taking stuff in. And I've always thought the guys that played football and guys that have played other sports are like sponges. They know how to learn things and they know how to listen to people and get better. Do you feel like you're getting better still every day?
Absolutely. And I'm also at that point now, well, at that age, I guess, where I'm actually comfortable with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And learning and doing stuff. I know how to kind of control my body and how to, I know when I need to stop and go for training and stuff. But no, absolutely. I'm coming to my own. I'm actually figuring out how to do this thing, I guess. Like, right. But you're absolutely correct, and I've thought the same thing. People come from different sports are lucky because we're coachable. We know how to do this stuff. We know how to train. We've done this most of our lives. And the fight world's kind of in that transition period where they're going to have to. A lot of guys are turning into that kind of athlete. They're transfer athletes and stuff. But and as you said, it's good because we can learn fast.
I got to ask you. I got to ask you, Shawn. Who's a bigger hard ass, Nick Saban or Dana White?
Dana White's actually a nice guy, man. He has the company. He has to, put it forward. He can come up there and talk some shit to you, but all in all, my experience with him, he's always been very pleasant with me. Even at that Chicago fight, I took that at short notice for them. So
I like how you said no. Dana's a nice guy. You're not saying the same thing about Saban, though.
Coach Saban, again with me. I'm kind of a quiet guy. I'm hyper. I'm act silly and stuff around people because I'm uncomfortable. It's kind of like my if I'm uncomfortable, you're all gonna be uncomfortable or laughing, one or two, because I don't like it. But Coach Saban was the best coach I ever had the pleasure of playing for.
What's the football is such a team sport. Now you're individualistic. What do you prefer? Do you like being completely in control? You're in the cage. It's on you. There's a team that comes into play and getting you ready, but it's on you when you're in there. When you're on a football field, you're one guy, man. You're one guy of 11 on the field. What's the difference to you, and do you enjoy controlling your own destiny?
I do like it, but so much more pressure. When you're going in and you got to fight alone, there's so much more pressure on you. Because it's all on you. You're the only one that's going to make the mistake. You're the one they're going to talk about. I guess kind of in essence, it's kind of like being a head coach or even maybe a quarterback in football if you want to try to you put it in perspective, because they take all the blame. So when you fight by yourself, you take all the blame, all the criticism, all the praise, and it's all on you. And not that I need all that, but I don't like letting people down or my family down. So yeah, if I mess up, I go in there and get knocked out. It's not because I lost. I got my butt whooped. So
what drives you more, Shawn? Because I heard Coach Bobby Knight, who I have a lot of respect for, he said, I don't care about winning because I don't even celebrate when I win. He goes, I hate losing. And it's funny, Knight was like, I don't even remember a lot of the wins. And he goes, I remember every single loss. Do you like to win more or do you hate to lose more? It seems like you're driven by, you don't like losing, man.
Yeah, I hate losing. I hate it. It's something I just don't do. Growing up, my mom was kind of rough on us, not rough, just things were easier for me in school and in sports and stuff, so she was hard on me because she didn't want me to be complacent. Perfect example, I remember after a high school football game, we'd lost a playoff game or something, and and all the other dads were outside crying with their kids and this and that, and my mom walks up, what the hell are you doing? Get in the truck. No, you're not going to eat pizza. You lost. all the rest of the dads are kind of get like, come on, stop crying.
So all the other dads are like consoling. They're upset too, right? The tough football dads. You're here. I like that. Your mother, no pizza for you, Shawn. It's pretty hardcore, man.
Yeah, my mom's great. She's amazing, but she raised four of us. You know, and I think she's the reason why we're the men we are today. You know, all four of us are well I'm the meathead that gets beat up, but all four of us graduated college. All four of us have working on careers and stuff. So and all of them kind of the same mentality. So it's probably why we're all driven.
Hey, Shawn, we really enjoyed having you on the program, man. We love to do it again. Congratulations on the run that you're on right now. We wish you continued success. I'm sorry if I cut you off a couple of times. Having a little bit of a technical difficulty here with the sound, but I really enjoyed having you on the show, man. Thanks a lot for taking the time to be with us, man.
Oh, anytime, man. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
There's Shawn Jordan with us. Nice guy. You can tell, like, real, what an athlete. Like I said, he's talking about hating losing. Think about that. Two-time Texas State wrestling champion. You're not going to find a more competitive state of athletes and just that jock mentality in Texas. So he wins two all-state championships. Then he wins 2 college football championships with the LSU Tigers. No, not Division III stuff, the LSU Tigers. That's 4 major freaking championships in a guy's life, man. That's pretty damn impressive, and he's on a hell of a run right now. I look forward to seeing what he can do in the UFC. We'll take a quick break. Joey Odessa joins me next.